Hey there, hikers. You got Sloth here, and I'll be going solo. Sometimes life throws us curveballs, and we're dodging a curveball right now. Dreamer has to go back to school, and we're running out of summer, and actually we're into fall now. So we wanted to be able to get the trail covered and have it on video. So I'll be going from the northern terminus all the way down to Blackwater Falls State Park, and that's a 95-mile swath. I'll try to knock out in one go, and it's a lot of road walking. I'll probably be able to go a little faster, but I will be carrying a heavier pack. So the next time you'll see me, I'll be on the trail by myself. The photography quality will drop off, but at least we'll have something on the trail. And next spring, or maybe the year after, we'll be able to come back in the spring, and Dreamer and I both will hike this section and maybe show a contrast between the spring and the fall seasons. So we'll see you on the trail. Alright, like we talked about before, the vast majority of the northern terminus section is got a lot of road walking, at least north of Brewston Mills. And some of it was paved, some of it's gravel like this, but it is out in the country. You get some nice scenes. See the occasional marker along the road. And this is going to be different. Most of my backpacking experience has been solo, but I got used to hiking the Dreamer here this summer, so it's going to be a little bit different. She took care of most of the camera duty, and so I got to be a little more conscientious about catching stuff that otherwise I knew she would just get without me having to think about it. But I'll try to keep you up to date. Okay, I just came from that dirt road on the left and turned there. That's 4.7 miles there, so I did that in a little over an hour and a half. The bad news is I'm turning onto a paved road. When you got weight on your back and you've been hiking for a while, the paved road can be hard on your knees and ankles and such. And I got dogs barking and everything, but so far I had none of them bother me. So I'm making decent time, but it's getting dark back over towards the west. It may have a little bit of weather this evening, I don't know, but I don't think we're going to get any extra light. It'll be turning dark early today. So we'll see you down the trail. Alright, just a Sunday later in the evening. It's pushing 6 o'clock. It's getting dark, but this I believe this is the area they call a reclaimed surface mine. I guess some people call it a strip mine, and they filled it in and planted it. Now it's green again instead of being an eyesore, and probably a bit less toxic if there's anything leaking out of the mine area. How you doing, buddy? I don't have any carrots, sorry about that. Oh, you got a tail full of birds though. Somebody clean them out for you. Alright, here I am. Getting late in the day. A lot of road walk. The whole thing was a road walk back down to the Interstate 68 from the northern terminus. So it's getting late in the day. I've got to keep moseying along. We'll keep you updated. Hey there, hikers. It's morning and you caught me sitting down, but I've got a good excuse. I've been up. Well, I didn't do a camp video because darkness caught me yesterday. There's way too much private land along that northern section. From Brewston Mills and even further on south of that. You basically have to get to Mount Nebo to get any authorized camping areas. If you're a silver-tongued devil or a charming lady, then you might be able to talk some of the residential people there to convince them to let you stay in their yard or something like that. I didn't attempt that, but I had some good Samaritans that saw me walking a couple hours after dark, and they were just leaving their cabin that's along a creek there for the weekend, and they asked me what I was doing, and I explained it to them, and they just looked at me in utter disbelief, and they invited me to stay in their backyard and hang my hammock in the trees back there. So that was a good offer, and they let me stay back there and gave me some cheese and crackers, and then they went on back to their regular house. So I was there for the night by myself, and by 3:30 the coyotes and owls were so loud that I just couldn't sleep anymore, so I decided to get up and walk. I was walking along a road. I'm not a big fan of night hiking, and I did have my headlamp, but some of the roads are really rutted, really rocky, loose rocks to throw you, and potholes to throw your ankle if you don't have your good depth perception from your headlamp. But I crept along, and I've been hiking for several hours already this morning, and I'm now in the Cheat River Gorge. You can't see a whole lot from here. At times I get a glimpse of the water, and I took the low water route because it hadn't rained in this vicinity that I know of recently. But also, if you are hiking in this area and are planning on staying at Mount Nebo Church, make sure you're not cowboy camping, because when I got there it was still dark, and I went out and checked the area, and I have never seen so many spiders in one area. If I had stayed there, I would have been up all night listening to the spiders crawl across the Tyvek, so I wouldn't have got much sleep there. It's hammock camping, you're out of luck. There's no trees there. It's really not very hammock friendly there for the first section, so just keep that in mind if you're going to hike in that area. And I'm headed down, trying to get into the gorge a little further and see where I'm going to cross at, and we'll pick you up there. Yes, this bridge is actually part of the trail. See a lot of boulders up there. This area probably gets washed when you got heavy rain. So it's not pretty, but it is functional. Okay, this is what I've been on ever since my Good Morning video, and that's been a while back. This road is looks like it may have been a railroad bed at one time. Sometimes it looks like it's a little lumpy, like it may have been ties in there. But it's too rocky and uneven for me to try to walk and video at the same time, so I thought I'd just give you a peek at it. But it's a long, what amounts to a long switchback from the steep road I came down in the dark this morning, and then you hit this and you go right back in the opposite direction. I'm headed, looks like east now, I'm assuming. But I don't know where it actually crosses the river at, but when we get there, I'll show you. Okay, right now you're looking at the best view I've had of the river. The whole reason you come down into Cheat Canyon is to have the overlook of the river and see the rapids and all that. And I'm sure it is pretty at certain times of year, but right now there's so many leaves and trees and brush and weeds, it just obscures your view. It's even hard to pick it out just with the naked eye. If you're dead set on looking at this, you'd probably be better off to come in late fall after the leaves have dropped, or early spring before the leaves come out. But the problem with spring is that's usually when there's a lot of water, and then you can't hike on this trail because there's a lot of feeder creeks that come in. It's just impassable when it gets that much water. So if I see any other spots, I'll let you know, but so far this has been it. Okay, if we can cut through the foliage here, you can see a still section of the river. Rocks on the other side. I hear rapids downstream and rapids upstream. Right through here, it's pretty calm. Sunlight starting to creep through. Alright, here's another calm section. There's a rapids right below it, but it's covered up by foliage right much. Water's fairly low. Alright, this view brought to you by a landslide. Looks like something gave way here under heavy rain and washed some trees down at the bottom, but it opened up a view. Alright, in the distance there's a primitive campground, Friends of the Cheat. Just basically a space for you to park. Looks like there may be some fire rings and things like that. And then on this side there's a commercial campground. I believe it's Teeters, could be Tedders, I'm not sure. And down in the bottom, closer to the creek, they've got some camping area. It's not huge, but they've got everything you expect from a conventional campground. And they got showers over here, and they were nice enough to let me fill up my water bottles. So this is where I'm at about lunchtime. Looks like it's clouding up. Alright, right after the campground it turned into a two-lane highway with quite a bit of traffic on it. This is probably the most traffic that I've hiked on since Huntersville, Route 39 in Section 2. So it is good to be aware of the traffic situation. I'll be on the road again for a while. Tell you, the road walking is really doing a number on my feet though. Alright, I'm just leaving the small town of Albright. I was a little bit nervous about videoing on the road because it's a main road through there and a lot of traffic and not much shoulder, so I just got the tail end of it here. There is a convenience store and things like that around. And I did see another hiker that's hiking the trail was being shuttled. They stopped and talked to me for a bit. So that was nice. So the town of Albright is a place you could get a little resupply or something like that if you needed to. And I'll be heading up the trail. Yeah, I know it's a power line shot, but I just hiked a steep dirt road. Needed a break. Not too many clearings around here. Have to take advantage of the ones you find. Alright, looks like dark might catch me again today. I'm just road walking. It's not a whole lot to take pictures of or anything. A few deer, occasional squirrel. That's about it. A lot of gnats. So if anything interesting happens, I'll pick up the camera. But otherwise, it looks like this might be it for the day, so I'll see you in the morning. Hey there, hikers. Guess what I woke up to this morning? Actually, I woke up last night and it started raining. I had not set up the tarp because it was clear. I could see the stars. The air was cool. And I did arrange it so that I'd have enough space between the trees so I could set up the tarp. And I woke up last night and felt the little drips, and so I was up at 2:30 setting the tarp up. And then I was up because the rain was so loud on the tarp and fell asleep later on and didn't wake up till after it started getting light this morning, which is later than I wanted to be up. But here we are. It probably will not be a very scenic day, and the camera might be under the poncho quite a bit today, so there may not be a lot of views, but we'll take it as it comes. We'll see you on the trail. Alright, poncho's on the ground for a reason. Had to get a little bit free so I could get some water, filter some water here. One of the better sources I've seen. Of course, it did rain last night, so on the bad news side, it did make the puddles a lot more deep in this area. Actually here, I think it did rain yesterday while I was hiking, and it did not touch where I was hiking yesterday, but I saw some puddles and some indications of rain. But after last night's rain, it was pretty steady. This section here is fairly muddy. So we'll see you down the trail. Alright, this is what I'm dealing with. It would have been better if I could have got this far yesterday before it started raining. But it looked like a mud bog convention. And this is the trail. It's an old logging road. It's headed up to West Virginia 7. But this is what I'm dealing with now. I'm trying to keep a camera dry under the poncho hood. Not a lot of scenic stuff along here. The creek's not bad looking if it wasn't so muddy and just wasn't walking in the rain. But hopefully it'll get better on up the trail. Okay, I got a humdinger of a day here. I'm inside of a small pavilion. Got a roof over my head. It's approximately lunchtime. You see what I got to look forward to here. Plus I'm walking along a busy road. Most of the people are pretty nice and give me a wide berth. There's a few in every crowd though that just roll right up beside you and spray you pretty good. I'm trying to get some calories in. I don't know when I'll have another chance to eat and stay halfway dry. I got some snacks and stuff I can reach without taking my poncho off. I've got to say the last few miles have not been my favorite. The last video I showed where I was in the creek, that was just the beginning of it. It started raining harder and you're walking right up the middle of the creek, and if you think negotiating blowdowns is fun, you ought to try it while you're doing it in the middle of a creek. But probably won't be too many videos today. I'm just trying to keep from getting run over. So we'll see you down the trail. Hopefully I have a dry setup. Okay, the bad news is it's starting to get dark. It's still raining at the end of the day. The temperature did not rise very much. It's still cold. The good news is I made it to a shelter. I know you can't see very much there. It's getting dark. I'm losing light. I'm in a little shelter here and it is dry, so I'm thankful for that. It was a chilly day. You can't do much about the weather except prepare for it, and that was a bitter lesson on this trip. All summer long, Dreamer and I have these fleece hoodies that we carry with us. Dreamer will wear it sometime when she's hiking. I usually just wear it around camp in the morning, right before bed. But that would have been perfect this time, but somehow I overlooked it and did not bring it on this trip. I meant to, and I just didn't have it. It would be perfect for wearing under the backpack and under the poncho. But the poncho was the only thing I had to keep me warm while we were hiking, while I was hiking. And I got chilled. I'm glad to be here. I haven't used the stove this trip, but I'm going to have myself a hot beverage or two just to put myself in a little warm state. So hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. See you then.